What's up, YouTube? CP2 here again, also known as Puck Hunter, depending on where you know me from. Doing another review today. Today, I'm doing something a little different. Today, I am reviewing the KJW M4 Gas Blow rifle. Just prefix by saying that I have a lot of good things to say about this gun, and not a lot of bad things to say about it. So, if you want the short story, I'm going to tell you, if you're thinking about buying a gas blowback rifle, go out and buy this one, because it's easily the most fieldable and most reliable gas blowback M4 to date on the market. Start off, show you what the gun comes with. Obviously, I've put some aftermarket things on it. It doesn't come with this Voltor rail. It comes with standard Block 1 rail. It's actually really well made, very solid aluminum, although it did wobble a little bit when it came on the gun. This, as you can tell, is a CQB version of the gun. This comes with the rail, and the full-length M4 version comes with polymer handguards. I bought this version because I play a lot of CQB, and I bought a barrel extender that I can put on for my outdoor games, and plus I wanted the rail. At the time, I ended up swapping it out. It obviously doesn't come with the EOTech like mine has. It comes with a very nicely made iron sight that I would be proud to have on my gun did I play with iron sights. But I don't. Also, it comes with an LE stock, not the crane stock. Again, I don't have it with me, but it's very well made polymer, very sturdy, and I'm keeping it around for other guns that I want to use it with. I'm just kind of a crane stock guy. One of the best things about this gun is how easy it is to work on. It's really, I haven't had a whole lot of problems with it, but when I did, it was incredibly easy to take apart, find out how everything works, fix, put back together, and making little adjustments to it is also real easy to clean, fun to clean actually. It comes apart a lot like a real M4 would. Got the charging handle, pull it back, dust cover pops open. Excuse me. Excuse me. Find a little pin on the back of the receiver, pop it out. Be careful not to pull it all the way out, because it can kind of be a pain in the ass to get back in if you do. Then, receiver cracks open. Before I take anything out, kind of look down into the lower receiver. You can see that it's a lot like a real steel lower receiver. So if you're into real steel, you know how it all works, then you probably already know how to take apart, work on, and clean this. But to be honest, I have never had to do any work on the components in the lower receiver. Everything's really reliable. All I do is clean it every once in a while. There's not really anything to be finicky down here or to mess with. Just about all the work you'd ever need to do in your gun is in the 4 pieces right here in the bolt carry group. You just grab the charging handle, slide them out, and put the gun down for a second because we don't need that. This comes apart in 4 pieces: charging handle, your guide rod, your rubber band, and the rest of your bolt carry group. One problem I did have was I accidentally was playing with the charging handle, rocking the bolt back and forth, and didn't realize that I had a loaded mag in it, and I triple fed and ended up cracking the tip off of my nozzle. At the time, I was a little bit worried about taking it apart because I didn't know how the heck this whole spring deal worked. But just to let anybody of you know that had the same problem out there, it's really easy. All you have to do is find this little pin at the front of the nozzle where the guide rod goes in, pop it out, and that'll disconnect the spring from the nozzle. You can throw this piece out, grab your new nozzle, and all you have to do is find something like a toothpick. I actually used a lobster pick, and hold the spring forward while you push this little pin back in. Also, I have, probably can't really see that in there, but I have, there it is, the Cradle airsoft velocity reducer in there. I haven't gotten their piston head yet, which I'm definitely going to in the future. But Cradle has great video on their website showing you how to take apart the nozzle, put the nozzle in, work on it. That's a great product, especially for me since I play a lot of indoor games, close quarters. I've been able to get it down to about 345, which is perfect, just where I need it. And I definitely recommend all of Kjw's products if you're a KJW owner. One of the first things you should do to it. Putting it back together, simple. Like I said, just put the rubber band back on, slide your guide rod through, put the charging handle on the top. Come on. I like to pull everything to the back and grab the rubber band with my 2 fingers so it doesn't get caught when I slide it back into the upper receiver. Put it in. Push everything back together. Cycle it a couple times just to make sure everything's working smoothly, and it is. Usually does. And there you go, your gun's back together. The only other thing, I might have skipped this, the only other thing you might need to take apart in this gun, besides that bolt carrier group, is the buffer tube, which there's just a little button in front of the buffer, the buffer, and you push that down and it'll slide right out. The buffer spring is inside there. That gets pretty dirty. I think I already went over this, I'm not sure. But yeah, it gets pretty dirty, as you can tell from my fingers. And the rest of the gun almost seems to work better the less you clean it. Kind of it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's see, the rest of the gun. It shoots amazing. When I first got it back in October, it was a little bit cold outside, and it was chronoing about 405 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs. Put the velocity reducer in for indoors for most of the winter. I had it shooting around 345, 350, which was perfect. And now it's starting to warm up. I feel like it's getting a little bit more kick out of the full magazine, so I'm going to re-chrono it when I get a chance when it's warmer out. And I'm hoping it's going to be shooting around 420 feet per second for outdoor games, which is perfect. And keep it full automatic and get the maximum range out of it. Each KJW seems to have one little character trait about it that is finicky. This one happens to be that my bolt seems to freeze up on full automatic a little bit easier than, some other people's. We had a bunch of people, we had 4 people on our team at one time that had a KJW M4, and they each seemed to have a little problem. One little area that they weren't great at. The most common thing, because 2 out of the 4 had this problem, was their hop up kind of stunk. One under hopped, and no matter how much he turned the little knob, which is actually, let's see if you can see this, right here is your hop up adjustment dial. It only has 6 settings, and once you get past the 6th setting, it'll go back to the 1st setting. So you can't, it won't stop at any point. It'll just go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To fix this problem, they actually took out the hop up arm, and we shrink wrapped the end of the hop up arm to give a little bit of extra material to push up on the bucking, and that fixed the problem. Shooting wise, it shoots great. I'll show you. I have a loaded mag here. It's not loaded, it's empty, but it's gassed up. Magazines, just like the rest of the gun, are really easy to work on. I'll make a video pretty soon about how to work on these magazines for anyone that is interested. I like the fact that they have this, you can push down this little slide, and it pushes down the magazine follower so that you can dry fire without the bolt locking back. So I'm going to do that. Slide the mag in the gun. Oh, another thing to note is the only magazines currently made for the KJW are thermal design, like this one. Kjw's working on supposedly making stand mags and P-mags. No promises on that yet, but they're working on it, so if you really, really hate the thermal design, you shouldn't have to wait too much longer for that. Alright, so, magazine's in, bolt goes back. I'll show you, just shoot it normal first to start, and semi-automatic, just to kind of give you a feel of, the bolt going back and how it sounds. full automatic. And I'll just hold it here steady first. I'll just kind of hold it loose so you can kind of get an idea how much kick this thing has. Not a lot, but enough to it still feels really fun when you're playing with it. I'm not going to shoot any more in here because I don't want to stink out my house. But in summary, I'm definitely going to tell you that if you're looking at a gas blowback rifle, M4 style, this is the one you want to get. I've played with Wheeze, I've played with Western Arms, I've played with G&P. This is easily the most reliable and most fieldable gun as far as gas blowbacks go for M4s. It shoots great. It's solidly built, and it's not overly expensive. Mags are going to get you though if you're going to have a lot of mags. But I run 5, and that gets me through indoor games. That's all I really need. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any more questions, send me a message, leave them in the comments, and hope to see you out there soon. Thanks, guys.